Hey everyone, I have probably a very timely episode for lots of people. This should be an episode lots of people check out. I have spent hours on the phone with people inside my personal network and friends of friends that are all across the age groups, basically with the topic of this show, and that is, hey, I'm scared. Maybe I wasn't scared 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, but whatever happened, I'm scared now. I don't know what to do. I'm frozen. Can you help? What should I do? So I talked to someone I know, respect, and trust, someone that is part of my personal network, and I'm saying, hey, can we just have it out, record it, so that I can help you and we can help others. And James was nice enough to say yes. So welcome to the show, James. How are you?
I'm doing good today, man. It's a really nice day, and just trying to stay positive with everything that's going on.
Well, very, very cool. So James, why don't you just kind of lay out who, kind of your situation, right? How old you are, where you are in the country, kind of your situation, what you're doing now, so everybody can sort of see themselves in
Yeah.
you or whatever.
Well, I'm James, like you said, 25, and I live in California, here in the Fresno area, Clovis area. Uh, a little bit about me is I'm wholesaling, was actually looking into getting my own first couple flips with
Mhm.
private money, and I started wholesaling, and I wanted to do that as well, but then everything just started changing in the past like week or two. So,
Yeah.
um, I've had deals like where I was able to assign like 2 weeks ago, and today, like the same buyers are like, I don't want that anymore. So, you know, I think a lot of people are scared, and that's what scares me. A lot of investors don't know what to do. A lot of
Yeah.
people that are flipping, they don't know if, they're going to spend all this money and if they're going to get their money back, because no one really knows how the market is right now.
Mhm.
But for me, it's kind of scary because I actually, I was truck driving before this, maybe 2 years ago, and
Mhm.
maybe a year ago. Um, and I actually just quit my job for this because, it was good and I had more family time, and it was just something that I enjoyed. So, and I've got deals rolling and stuff like that. I joined the hub, and that was a cool thing too, for me.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we can keep that ball rolling and make it bigger than what it is right now.
Yeah.
But right now, I have deals in the pipeline that are set to close this week, next week. And it's like, are these deals going to close? Are courts going to shut down? What's going to happen? And that's what's really scary to me.
Yeah. So, I don't know about the truck driving career. So let me just ask a couple of things about that real quick. Is
Mm.
that like, are you an independent operator, or are you part of a bigger thing and you like can have a pension? It just sounds hard, right? You're driving all over the state or the country.
It,
It's a
yeah,
hard,
yeah. It was for somebody. It was
yeah,
for driving for someone.
yep,
It was some good money, but I really never went out of, like, on the long run.
yeah,
But I did a few times when I needed the money.
right.
So if I was like short on money, I'll just tell them like, hey man, I need to get out there. I need a big check. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they'll
yeah,
send me, like, no hesitation. All right, I'll send you. Where do you want to go?
that's
Anywhere I
right.
want to go.
How big's that check you want?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then when I'm out, they're like, you want to stay longer? It's like, no, man, I got to get back home.
yeah.
So
So,
that's just what it was for me.
okay, so tell me about home. Is it just you? Are you a single dude just living on the town? You have any kids? Tell us about the kind of family arrangement. What's going on there?
Yeah, I have a family. I have a full family, partner, and everything, and
Yep.
I have 3 kids.
Yep.
Um, and I'm active in all of their lives every day. So
Yeah.
that's probably another reason why I wanted to
Yeah.
do this, as my career. Um, it's more family time and more
Yeah.
money, and in the end of it, it can be really successful for me and my family.
Hmm. Yeah. So okay. So I just wanted everybody to hear that because lots of people out there are young. Lots of people out there have the added pressure or goal or whatever you want to call it of children, partners, significant others, whatever you want to call them, and it's different today, right? And it got different fast. right? The
Yeah.
last 10 years, right? You've been doing it a couple years, but if you've been doing it the last 10 years, you have known nothing but great times. Frankly,
Yeah.
it got progressively easier, right? If you started
Yeah.
10 years ago, it was easier after 9. It was easier after 7. It was easier after 5. It was easier after 3 because technology caught up, apps caught up, this postcards and dialers and all this other nonsense. It just got easier to reach owners. Well, guess what? The world is changing. And not necessarily getting to owners has changed, but as you pointed out, the buyers changed.
That's what it is.
It's
I
the
see a lot of people, like I've texted other wholesalers in town and then ones that are out of town. Hey man, how's business for you today? Oh, it's booming. It's great. Okay. Well, how's your buyers though? You know, because I really do believe that, yeah, sellers will sell more today, but
yeah.
who are they going to sell it to?
Yeah. Yeah. The wholesaler is the middleman, for lack of a better term, between a motivated seller and someone with cash right? Cash in no time, right? That's the service you are providing to both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so a couple of things. First off, wholesalers that tell you that are booming, they haven't had their first 3 or 4 or 5 transactions blow up, which are going to happen because the buyers who had stock money, stock market wealth, who had flips going, everybody's world has changed in the last 3 weeks, and it's going to get progressively worse. So you just need to realize that. And the folks that don't change, James, they'll go bankrupt. They'll go out of business. There will be less wholesalers 8 weeks from now because they were going to be using the models and the ARVs and the price points that they got comfortable with the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I had 4 deals come my way in the last 48 hours that were frankly stupid.
Yeah.
They might have been skinny deals a month ago, but they're freaking stupid today. So the wholesaler, and I'm talking to you here, but really anybody who watches this, that doesn't realize that the buy has to be cheaper or on terms, wins. The ones that are using old models can be sending out all their blasts, and we know who they are in Fresno. They're going to go bankrupt. They're going to keep $10,000 spends on mailers, and they're going to keep locking it up at stupid prices and not closing anything.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, okay. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah. See, me, I never really got into spending my money on dialers and all these fancy programs that cost tens of thousands of dollars every month.
Right.
I really got deals the real way, like people used to, from what I understand. And it really didn't cost me much money to get the deals that I've got. Like, and that's what I like. I mean, maybe if I did spend tens of thousands into dialers, I would get a few more deals. But right now, it just seems like I'm happy I didn't do that because, no matter what other wholesaler says, I don't really care what they say. I haven't even been doing this long, but I know that they're not going to be getting the same amount of deals. They're going to have to switch everything up. I promise that. I guarantee that. Nothing's going to be the same right now.
Yeah. So let's talk to you. Michael and James have a conversation. So first off, I want you to know I lived and invested through the .com crash, 9/11, the financial market. It always is scary when you're in it. So the fear that you have now, the trepidation, it's all normal. Don't beat yourself up on it. None of that stuff. It's a normal feeling. But once you sort of take that, put it on a shelf, this is what I want you to do. First, your number one job is to conserve capital. So you're lucky that you didn't do dialers and $10,000 mailers. Anything you could do, James, for the next 6 months to reduce your household expenses, check. Your business expense, check. That's priority one. You got to survive this so you can thrive when everybody else goes bust. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Because the other thing I can guarantee you is there will be tremendous, like off the charts opportunities for folks like you who could be middlemen between people who have problems and people who want to add assets. That skill, that middle ground is going to be so valuable. But I believe that skill is going to be different. The last 10 years, it's been about how cheap can I get this seller to sell give him
Yeah.
cash or her cash, and then I can make a spread and sell it to someone else with meat on the bone.
Yeah.
That's been the goal the last 10 years for most wholesalers, right? They want the assignment fee as fat as possible.
As fat and as fast.
Right. It is now changed. And the person who gets this, internalizes it, and appreciates it is going to win. Most of the wholesalers out there are going to think I'm an idiot or I don't know what I'm talking about. But here it is. With the change in the economy, there are going to be a lot of people who bought brand new homes, first-time homes in the last 2 years, who are going to make the economic choice to stop paying, right? So they're going to go into pre-foreclosure. Now, there may be foreclosure abatements and all this other nonsense that stretches it out, but there will be people that fundamentally say, I no longer want my house,
Yeah.
right? And their first chances are going to try to sell it, but there are going to be no buyers. So our job is to go to them and say, hey, what if I found someone that could take over your mortgage and save your credit? Right? So there are going to be some people that are 1 or 2 months down that we can take the property over subject to, and then we can probably I'll add that asset to my portfolio. We can lease option out and we can make a spread. That's going to be how we make money. We're going to make money by adding dozens and dozens of assets like that. Yes, we will still get the occasional 93701 fat deal because somebody passed away and their kids got to sell it. But where we need to focus, especially with your skill set of door knocking, the ability to find pre-foreclosures, is we just need to create ways for you to have phone calls, whether it's them calling you or visiting you on the hub, see what's an option. We could do dozens of these, and they're not going to be 20K checks. They're going to be, you know what, James, you can add $100 a month for the next 5 years. But if you do enough of those, pretty soon you're covering your nut.
Yeah.
And, things get good. So I think you should be focused on adding another skill set. Yes, you'll still get the cash deals and you'll still make 10, 20, 25 grand occasionally, but let's not bank on that because the cash buyers have disappeared. If I were to guess, Fresno I probably knew 50 to 60 dependable cash buyers in Fresno. Half of those were real cash. The other half were hard money cash, but still cash.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 70% of them won't be buying next month because they're scared or they have inventory they can't sell, because most people have to recycle their cash, right? They buy something, they fix it, they have to sell, but they have to wait till that thing sells. The flippers are toast. Flippers are toast.
That's what I was saying.
There's nobody left. Nobody's going to buy for 6 months. If you rely on flipping, I feel so bad for you. But good for guys like you and I.
So what do you think about the guys that have deals in the pipeline that are set to close and they have EMDs in and paperwork signed and they're like, oh, damn, I don't want it no more.
Well,
all happened mid. This all happened, like you can have deals that happen mid of this.
Yes.
So that's.
So if they're a buy and hold investor, they're likely still going to close, because if they're a buy and hold investor, they were buying with a return, and this 2 or 3 month gap is not going to hurt that return. Plus they have really cheap 30-year money, so they will close. The flipper who was going to be adding another piece of inventory, many of them are going to look for a way out to save their EMD. But I know Silicon Valley based flippers who walked away from $50,000 EMDs. Just let it go. They were set to close, got nervous, let $50K go, which was probably the right idea because they were about to lose $500,000. So
that's what I was thinking. Some people might really just let that 20K EMD go instead of 700K. It's
going to happen, man. And that'll be the right business decision. So it's going to happen. There are escrows blowing up every day. Buy and hold investors, for the most part, were closed because that model hasn't changed. But if you were flipping, you should, frankly, most of you should get out. If you're buying really, really cheap, $80K stuff to flip for 200, you're probably okay, because below the median affordable homes, you have a second option. You could just rent it to limp through.
Yeah.
But boy, if you're flipping 400K Fresno homes right now, you're about to go bankrupt. I mean, I've been telling you for 6 months you're going to go bankrupt, but you're going to go bankrupt. Does that make sense?
So that makes sense to me. And I just see a few, like I have a couple of LA buyers that I know too that are, and one's like a really guru and the other one kind of is too. Like they buy a lot of stuff and they're just posting on social media every day. This isn't scaring me. I'm buying all day. Send me. I don't care. I'm buying. I'm buying. I'm buying. I'm buying. What do you think about those people?
Well, what?
They're swearing. They're still buying deals. They don't care. They're still flipping.
So they're flippers.
Yeah.
Well, my question for you was, did they survive the '08 crash? Like, have they been doing it 20 years? Or
No.
they, well,
No.
they are a cocky young son of a bitch who is going to eventually go bust. Now, that means they could still close your deal, right? Because you don't know where they are in their cycle. Maybe they have big equity lines or something, but eventually equity lines for those guys will be shut. I mean, I remember a guy in 2008. You probably can still find the article in the Fresno Bee. He was a real estate agent selling properties like hotcakes. He bought some $300,000 Lotus Esprit, like one of 8 vehicles. Some young 28-year kid and 8-year-old in Fresno. He lost that car 9 months later because his business imploded. Because you always
Yeah.
think it's not going to stop. You want to stay at the party until it's over.
Oh
Guys
yeah.
like me, I left early in '08. I left early. I went in when everybody left. I sold my apartments early. Sure, you could call me selling early, but you know what? I got money in the bank. You want to stay to the end of the party? Good luck.
The cops are gonna come get you.
Yeah, well, the cops are coming to come get you. You're going to go home with something you think's a 10 that's a 4. And, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but anytime you left the party last, it usually wasn't a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So the
agree.
other thing I want to talk about with you is today's not so 6 months ago, you and I were talking about, hey, let's start branching your business into flipping. That was the right thing. But you know what? The world changed. You need to get micro focused on what you're really, really good at today. And we'll revisit flipping in 2021. Right. We
Yeah.
don't need to add risk. We don't need to add carrying costs. We don't need to add any of that today. What you need to do is you need to sit down and go, you know what? My original plan was to talk to 100 people. This is seriously what you need to do. You need to go somewhere quiet and go, how can I talk to 200 people? How you need to expand your mindset because you are about to go into a cycle that you will remember for decades. And the fact that you buckle down now and survive this is going to make you so much stronger 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now. The only reason I'm excited now is because I survived the dot-com crash. I survived the '08 crash. I survived what will be the multifamily implosion.
Mm-hmm.
You get a sixth sense. And the whole key is reduce your expenses like we talked about first. The second thing is remove any extra things, right? Don't open restaurants or add flipping or Bitcoin mining or any other stupid shit. Get really micro focused on what you're good at and double and triple down. That's what you need to do. If you were originally planning 100 phone calls, make it 200. You just need to get in and get after it. You and I partner on marketing. Push me to do more. Let's get after it. We can crush this thing. And 6 months from now, you are going to be so smart, so experienced, and so successful. But you have to follow the plan. Reduce current expenses. Get laser focused and up your goals. You have to expand your mindset and fucking get after it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
And it's weird to me, like you said, I had an original plan, but I don't mind changing it if that's what we have to do.
No, the best laid plan, like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan when you get into boxing until you get punched in the nose. Plans go
Yeah.
out the window. The people that don't change their plans, dude, will go broke. That's what happened in '08. If you don't change your plan when the market punches you, you'll go broke, right?
Yeah.
There are people that you and I know that are out there spending money like crazy because they always have. They're going to go
Mm-hmm.
broke. They're going to go broke. They're going to have to start over. And some of these guys have already started over once before. It's sad.
Yes.
Don't be that. I'm serious. What we need to do is take our marketing initiatives that we were going to do that were low cost and double or triple them. We need to get an army of people knocking on doors. We need to go look for people to help. We need to offer presentations at the hub. We need to be of service,
Mm-hmm.
and You know, we will hopefully help a lot of people and feel really, really good. And yes, we will do some business, but let's have a mindset of helping. Let's keep our expenses low. And let's just know that we are going to be better and stronger when we come out of that. You should be excited about what's coming. I'm dead serious. You should be excited. You will be given a gift and opportunity. The market that you were in for the last 2 years is fake, total bubble. The market popped, it popped quick. And the people that can pick up the pieces the fastest are going to win. And just because you're willing to have this honest assessment and discussion, I believe you are going to be one of the few that get out of this stronger. So I want to say congratulations, but don't forget, you need to go somewhere quiet and come back to me and tell me how you're going to up your goals, not shrink. You need to expand, not shrink, but you need to focus. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense to me.
So when are we going to talk? When are you going to have that plan for me?
Man, you're giving me a deadline now.
I am, dude. I'm not fucking around. I just so you know, if any answer is not Friday or Saturday, it's the wrong answer. You've got to get after it. It's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Go sketch out a plan to double or triple what you were planning to do in your area. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. So is it Friday
All right.
or Saturday?
I think it is Friday.
Awesome. I will find time on Friday. All right, man.
Okay.
Any last questions? Anything about the virus or anything else you want to ask me that you might be scared about that you want some old guy to talk about?
No, just, I just wanted to have a conversation with you, and I think this maybe clarified a few things for some other people too.
Yeah. Again, I was so thankful that you were willing to have an honest discussion, because again, it's about helping others. So hopefully lots of people see this and say, nice job, James. Thanks for doing it. You know, we did this for the others, because you and I could have talked, but that wouldn't have helped anybody else. So I'm glad we did this.
Definitely.
Okay?
Well, I hope to see everything go in the right direction from where everything is right now, so I'm willing to make the sacrifices and go in a whole different direction and stuff. So
cool.
That's all I needed with.
Cool, man. Well,
I'll
be right with you side by side. You create the plan, you run the business. I'll help you with marketing. You are one of the people I've told you, I'm relying on you to add 15 to 20 units to my portfolio this year. So what the fuck, get after that plan.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, man. Thanks for your time.